Welcome back to Truck Testing Remaster, and today we're gonna be driving some civilian cars this week. So absolutely that I set the volume into 4, which means it's a perfect match that we're gonna be get into some kind of a little bit vehicles. Let's drive for the first time, starting in Ford F-150. That you may remember back in 150 subscribers special. It's not its special subscribers all the way down here. And this is where that I just first start that I use for the pickup truck for the very first time as well. So without even further ado, let's delete this vehicle and we have only 2 vehicles left, known as Fords. Every Ford vehicles as we absolutely going ways to go, and absolutely we have ourselves Ford Ground Victoria for just a little bit, for just driving all the way down here, and to make sure it does load properly, and it does load it successfully. Even throughout that I'm just absolutely stuck here, delete the vehicle and respawn the Ford Crown Victoria. So looks like this is the Ford Crown Victoria, and this is absolutely the first thing that I absolutely start off. For the first couple of reference, it has a 4-door sedan, and that's how it's absolutely going to be taking a little bit once. And my pickup truck was absolutely speeding over 100 miles per hour, that the final drive is on top speed. I should close everything that I just going to be using for the manual transmission. Let's turn on the engine, and it absolutely to start all the way up into the engine. Looks like I absolutely going to be starting all the way to drive down. The first time we'll be driving in the civilian vehicle, but looks like I might absolutely getting a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit for this time. It's time to follow the rules, but this first time it will be absolutely insane for manual speed transmission. So it has been using some kind of 4-speed manual transmission, and if before I might going to go away from this one, I might should be going to be staying in the town. And it will be absolutely going to be going on the highways as well. Now I'm probably going to be saying, this is how I just going to be meant to be. But always it won't be absolutely ran into a red light. I'm just going to be drive safe and responsibly. But more kind of this, some kind of video quality. So a lot of more videos like these things. And it's got to be something a little bit awful. So I just feel a little bit for no stress at all. And it is gonna be hurting me for just a little bit, but maybe this is absolutely gonna be really not. It feels a little bit for just for various compact vehicle, for just using for 4 gears over 2,000 revolutions per second or per minute. Looks like on the other side there must be passing a railroad crossing for this either. So it looks like I'm just gonna be approaching a little bit slow. Looks like I'm avoiding speeding. Overall, the suspension for this a little bit task was used for just absolutely for realistic driving. I can see that truck over here for some kind of a Freightliner truck over there. So it looks like we just slapped down into the red light and we just absolutely back to neutral. Before we're gonna be getting on this highway, it wasn't absolutely gonna be pretty such a particular thing that we're absolutely going to be trying to this way, and looks like the green light is going to be on our way, and the second gear is just pulled off into 3rd gear. I won't be absolutely going to be taking for this necessary trying to pass the stop sign, because all their workers will be absolutely trying to do so, but looks like we're going to be taking for just not a little bit opposite for this one. So absolutely we're inside of the motel room. Now I'm going to be changing for this out. Then I'm gonna be trying to park so easily and try to head down into this only much more than I absolutely really guessed. If this is absolutely easy at parking, which is I absolutely doing something a little bit perfect. Now I just gotta be stepping out of the car, and this vehicle was instantly turn off this engine. So it looks like the small box truck was absolutely, I think that big small box trailer is pulling by something a little bit. It was like Freightliner or just gonna be taking a little bit much status, but more things to come that we're absolutely trying to do this a little bit best for driving a civilian vehicles. But more driving civilian vehicles wasn't pretty enough, because due to licensing for every tons of vehicles that I say. Since I'm the back of the motel, I just gotta be making sure that I'm just gonna be spawning my vehicles back. And looks like it's time to spawn for the Ford F-150. You remember in 150 subscribers that I absolutely tried to say that's pretty gonna be really good. It has a 4-door pickup for just a little bit for once. This is the Ford F-150 4-door edition. So it looks like I'm just gonna be changing into manual transmission, and it does work on manual transmission. So if it's just gonna be looking on closely, you can see the sequential transmission is gonna be going off. So as I'm just trying to see like this, it's used for automatic transmission that you should able to use like this truck, and this truck can handle highways, including the Crown Victoria as well. If I'm just probably trying to say, it is absolutely good to drive with this truck or pickup truck. It has a 4 manual or automatic transmission for just a little bit for just only one thing. If this is absolutely gonna be pretty necessary, that I should really try to go all the way down into something a little bit quickly. So if I just gonna be speeding a little bit slow, maybe it should be I might try to get a little bit of U-turn. So if that's possible, that was absolutely gonna be taking a little bit best. But unfortunately, we just absolutely heading onto the highway first before I might gonna be taking on to over 80 miles an hour. So I have to take on the exit before it gone so much for red light. That's completely absolutely gonna be taking all the way down here, and we have to hurry against for 70 miles an hour. So it looks like we gotta be taking on for one place. So absolutely down to 65 miles an hour until we just absolutely spot a red light, until we just absolutely made a little bit trickily for just a little bit worse before it might gonna become. It's just a little bit for this time. Before the sun sets, it won't be gonna be absolutely trying to make our cylinders a little bit go. It won't be gonna be taking various on time. It will be too late. So it will gonna be absolutely taking onto gear 4 at this time. I think it's just gonna be a little bit for 5-gear manual transmission to sequential. So absolutely I'm gonna be taking this a little bit slower until just the way we're gonna be taking a little bit for as much as hitting on to 35 miles an hour. It's just gonna be having enough until it just the way it won't be gonna be taking onto this necessary. So if I just gonna be go yet, I won't be absolutely taking for a little bit more time. And because of due to something a little bit in facts and about this strategy, this is absolutely gonna be making for the first time in 3000 RPM. Looks like we're gonna be making onto this hurry before the red light comes. That should might gonna be causing us, making me very late for this time. But looks like it is gonna be trying to do like this. If I just gonna be screwing around the red light, I won't gonna be getting fined by the police. And this is how it's very a little bit worse. And I cannot able to believe it, that is gonna be what is going on. So before we're gonna be end of this straight, I absolutely gonna be turned back into Crown Vic. It won't be absolutely gonna be into the stop sign. That must be the spark code. Remember this one. If you just absolutely using for a near transmission, I just jump out of the car and let's switch back into Crown Victoria. Once I delete the Ford F-150, and let's gonna be spawn back the Ford Crown Victoria and hit as not other kinds of colors as well, including semi trucks as well. So to turn on, let me see to get down inside of the vehicle, which means it does have sequential transmission or automatic transmission. Looks like we're gonna be taking this a little bit slow before I might gonna be end of this video for let's just a little bit quickly. Just not inside of Phoenix, if it's just gonna be inside of this map. But before we're gonna be making to the straight, I think that one semi truck is gonna be almost stuck. But unfortunately, it will be gonna be absolutely trying to take a little bit slower. But this is absolutely the sunset is goes down. It will be gonna be absolutely that I'm just gonna be jumping off the vehicle. If before we're gonna be making the straight, here is the maps for using for civilian vehicles as well. And before we're gonna be taking onto this map for a really first time, there is the Phoenix, Camp Verde, Solo, Hollowbrook, Chono, and Flagstaff and Grand Valley failing for just a little bit. And because I just absolutely failed so much English for this time. And getting all the way to Grand Valley Village as well. I can't believe it that I just started to get really bad at English. So, if you like for today's video, and about driving for civilian cars as well, and before we just absolutely delete one vehicle, I just gotta be absolutely spawn the Victoria first. And that is how we're gonna be end of this video for each time, before I just gotta be let me know how that I just gotta be feeling for just a little bit, because of due to something kind of lag in quality. And it won't be absolutely gonna get much worse. So, if you'd like for today's video about driving civilian vehicles and truck testing remaster, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Thanks for watching, and about for do this, like I'm just driving all the way down into this highway for just a little bit later on. Until the next part, we'll be gonna be finding all the way and drive around with this vehicle. So, this is TurboConcept signing off, and I'll gonna be see you into our next video. Over and out.